Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Battlespot Doubles episode. So, we're kicking off the week again, playing that Kangaskhan, Tapu Koko, Cresselia, Heatran, Tapu Fini and Landorus Theory Informed team that we started playing with last week. We're going to play this team for the rest of this week, so today's episode and Thursday's episode, in preparation for this weekend where we are eventually going to get around to doing that live stream team building episode, and then we can start playing that into next week and thereon. So basically this Saturday and Sunday I will be doing the live stream. I haven't set any times yet because I wanted to kind of check with you guys what kind of time would be more suitable for you, because I understand it's the weekend, so you probably have plans already or you have stuff going on. But for those of you that are around, what kind of time would suit you better? So I was looking at possibly 11 AM, so 11 in the morning or 12 o'clock starting it. We're only going to do probably an hour each day. But I just wanted to kind of touch base with you guys to see what would be more suitable for you guys that are around on those days. Because obviously the more of you that are here when getting involved with it, the better for everyone, really. And it's way more enjoyable with a lot of you here. So I want to try and work it as best I can around your guys' schedule as mine as well. So do let me know in the comment section below what kind of time would be more suitable for you guys if you are around over the weekend and you can catch that. If you aren't around at all, don't worry about it too much because we will be doing more of these in the future. And I'll put the team building video straight up onto the channel once it is done. So looking forward to that. Got some good ideas to kind of take into that streaming episode to kind of kickstart us off. And like I said at the very start when we were originally planning on doing it, the idea is for us to kind of do it together so we can kind of learn to, like, you can kind of bounce ideas off me right there and then, and it'll be easier than kind of going in the comments and always, like, you know, asking me like questions that might take a few comments to answer. I could just give you a straight up answer and explain something, and then if you've got ideas for certain stuff as well, we can implement that in the team. So I think it'd be really cool to just bounce ideas around and discuss the whole concept together, and hopefully that's a bit more beneficial for you guys and kind of gives you a bit more of an insight with how I kind of approach team building within a brand new format, which hopefully you can kind of translate into maybe VGC 18 when that format changes. But we'll get into that a bit later on because we have our first opponent of the day and our clock is already ticking down. So my opponent is running Gastrodon, Tapu Bulu, Torkoal, Oranguru, Salamence and Vikavolt. So, where's the Mega? It has to be Salamence, right? It looks kind of like a 2017 team really as well, but what are we going to do? Obviously the Tapu Bulu is a bit of a threat here. I think if I leave Kangaskhan and Landorus, we do want to bring Heatran, and I think Cresselia. Yeah, let's bring Cresselia as well. Do we need to get rid of the terrain though? That's the other thing. No, let's leave our Tapus at home for this game. I think we might be alright without them. We are gonna have to be a bit cautious of the Torkoal because in this format it does get access to Earth Power, so it can hit a Heatran for good damage in a Trick Room environment, so that's something we need to be aware of. So we're going to lead off with Kangaskhan and Landorus. And you'll see what my opponent leads with. It is the Oranguru and the Tapu Bulu. Now Tapu Bulu has a good time against Landorus really, because those grass type attacks are going to be doing a heck of a lot of damage. Alright, let's think. What can we do here? So, I think I do want to keep Kangaskhan in, and we could just go for a fake out. And I probably want to get Landorus out of here as well. So I'm just going to fake out into the Tapu Bulu. I'm going to U-turn into the Oranguru. But we see, this is probably the, oh, so it's a Gastrodon. Okay, that's better than the Torkoal. We'll probably, so the Oranguru just protects, yeah, that's fine. Like, we don't mind that too much. It's better than a Trick Room going up, I guess, right away. So we do get the Fake Out off onto the Gastrodon, do some decent enough damage onto it. But we are locked into U-turn with Alandorus, so we've not really got too many options other than switching it out the next turn. So what I think I might do is go for a Power Up Punch now onto the Gastrodon and go for that U-turn into the Oranguru. Try and get Kangaskhan powered up where I can. We are going to get the U-turn off. And I'm going to bring a Cresselia in this slot. I don't fancy bringing in Heatran on potentially a Scald. It's a bit unnecessary. Cresselia can take that a lot better as well, so. And we're also preserving the Intimidate for later in the game if we do feel like we need it. We do get the Power Up Punch onto the Gastrodon, so we will boost our attack by 2 stages. And we'll see what my opponent goes for. There's a Toxic. Is into the Kangaskhan. Okay. And there's a Trick Room from the Oranguru. Now we're probably going to see a Toxic from that Gastrodon, you would imagine, into the Cresselia slot. You've got to think it would. So I could switch in Heatran into that slot. I think I might do that and just go for a return into the Gastrodon with my Kangaskhan. And just switch in Heatran here. Yeah. And also guys, I'll do it at the end of the video, actually, at the end of this game, because I don't want to interrupt things too much. I was just going to mention about the School of Hard Knocks episode yesterday, but we can talk about that in a little bit. So my opponent just thinking about what they want to do. Here we go. Here we go. So Cresselia, we withdraw. We bring in Heatran. Hopefully we see a Toxic onto that slot. But we just see a Scald into the Kangaskhan and an Instruct as well. So we'll take a double Scald, but we are going to be able to get rid of this Gastrodon with a +2 return. As long as it isn't holding some sort of Super Berry. So there we go. Yeah, down in 1. I feel like Oranguru is way more threatening in this format than it probably was in 2017. And I think like even in that close format it's still a good Pokemon, but you rarely see it anymore. You never know, may make a resurgence at Worlds. But the Instruct is so good once you get that setup going and you've got stuff like really threatening next to it. So we do see the Vikavolt come in, hit the field. You've got to imagine that it's probably running Hidden Power Ground though. I think what I'm going to do is just go for a return with Kangaskhan, and there's a Hidden Power Ground. Is it going to kill the Heatran? Running. I don't really want to risk it, so I'm just gonna protect Heatran here, and we may lose Kangaskhan. But you've got to expect that it has Hidden Power Ground. Oh, it's just Thunderbolt, but it does Thunderbolt into the Heatran. So it is going to mean that we're going to get a return off with a Kangaskhan and take down that Vikavolt, which is pretty nice, and then kind of frees up Heatran to close out the rest of the game. So that's pretty good. And we might just get away with surviving the Toxic damage this turn. Maybe. So everything going to take a round of healing through the grassy terrain. And let's see the Toxic damage. Now we do just hang on, so that's fine. And then we've got that Tapu Bulu to come in now. Tapu Bulu does get access to Superpower though, so that's something we do need to be a bit careful of, especially onto the Heatran slot. I think here, Tapu Bulu has to target down the Kangaskhan really. I mean, we should potentially take... I don't want to risk it. I don't need to be risky. I'm just going to switch in Cresselia for Heatran here, wait till the Trick Room goes, and I'm going to go for a return into the Tapu Bulu slot. So there's the Psychic. That's going to take down Kangaskhan. So we could have went for the Sucker Punch there. And we'll probably see what we're going to see. This is a Z move. And it is the Bloom Doom, which is going to be into that Cresselia slot in the grassy terrain, which is going to do monstrous amounts of damage. Which is strange, because firing it into the Heatran slot, you know, it would have done a decent amount, but still wouldn't have done, it wouldn't have killed. But Crest actually takes it, because it's just sheer bulk. And the berry procs as well, so that's pretty nice. Grassy terrain disappears, and we can freely bring in Heatran now, which should be able to clean up the game pretty nicely. So you've got to expect the Oranguru to probably go for a Trick Room here. Has Trick Room just ended? I'm pretty sure it has. No, this is the last turn of Trick Room. I'm just going to go for a Heat. The thing is, if it's got Superpower, that's what I'm really worried about. I'm probably overthinking it. The Bulu probably hasn't got Superpower. But just to be on the safe side, I'll just protect and I'll go for a recycle with my Cresselia just to get a berry back. So there's a protect from the Oranguru. And what are we going to see from the Bulu? It's going to be an Earthquake maybe. No, Stone Edge. Okay. I'm getting to show off that recycle on the Cresselia. No, so that's pretty nice. So I'll just go for a substitute here with Cress and I'll just go for an Ice Beam into the Oranguru, start getting some damage off onto it. No protect from my opponent. Probably just going for a Stone Edge again. I would have really thought the Bulu just to protect there, but no protect. And there's a Trick Room. But we can just start firing off Heat Waves now with Heatran. I think I probably dragged this longer, like this battle out a bit longer than it needs to be. I don't think the Tapu Bulu has the superpower. It would have used it by now if it had. So I'll just go for an Ice Beam into it and a Heat Wave with my Heatran. So yeah, we'll get the Instruct, which would be another Wood Hammer. So if this is into Heatran, we should be fine. But it is into Cresselia, it will take us down. Don't think the crit mattered there too much. And we'll probably take a Stone Edge from the Bulu here. Oh, Horn Leech, okay. Shouldn't break this up. Nope. And Heat Wave off. It does hit. So yeah, that's enough to take down the Tapu Bulu. And we've just got Landorus to come in now, and we should be able to close the game up pretty easily now. You see a Citrus Berry activate on the Oranguru, but I think the game's done. Done. The Oranguru has like no way to break this up or even KO the Heatran at this point. So like I say, I think we were a bit too worried about potentially a superpower on the Bulu that could have been a bit troublesome for us. I'm just going to go Earth Power. And let's go U-turn. And is my opponent going to forfeit? Or I'll just play it out. And the match forfeit. So good game to my opponent. But like I say, it's a decent enough win, but I think we dragged it out. I think just being a bit too wary of potential attacks that weren't there. But I guess it doesn't hurt doing that, because if my opponent had the superpower, we were kind of playing around it so we didn't get nailed by it because of the Instruct. Like, we could probably survive one superpower, but I don't think we survive with Heatran, not a combination. So it's probably better being a bit careful sometimes, but sometimes it can cost you, so you've got to be a bit careful with how you do that. Anyway, you do that. Let's go league title defense. So yeah, as we're just looking for our next opponent, I will mention, and just like that, cuts me off. We'll go through the team preview pretty quickly. So my next opponent has a team of Pelipper, Ludicolo, Mawile, Jinx, Garchomp and Tapu Fini. So definitely a rain orientated team. You've got the fake out support from the Ludicolo and that Jinx as well. Jinx has dry skin, so it can take advantage of the rain, healing back health every turn as long as the rain is on the field. Then we've got probably Mega Mawile that's going to benefit from that rain as well. Tapu Fini again really benefiting from the rain, and Garchomp to kind of round off the team. So Tapu Koko here is going to be very good with do we go yeah, let's go Tapu Koko and Cresselia. Let's bring Kangaskhan and Landorus. Do we want Landorus here? We've got no way to stop the rain. I don't think Fini is really a good choice here. Heatran feels far too threatened by everything. It would be good against the Mawile, but everything else, apart from the Jinx, really threatens it. Let's go with what we've got. Let's see. And I'll have to come back to what I'm saying just between getting an opponent at the end of this match. So we will get it in there eventually. So don't cut off too early. Jinx is like one of those Pokemon you never really see at all, but it has got good utility. It's got a good base speed. It's got access to like good moves. It's got stab ice type attacks and stuff like that, but its defenses are terrible. So we do see the lead of Pelipper and Jinx here. You've got to expect my opponent to fake out the Tapu Koko here. Although it's the threat of the Trick Room as well is pretty big. So what I could do is skill swap with Cress into the Jinx. Just protect Tapu Koko, steal that dry skin ability. Which is going to make Cress ridiculously bulky. And immune to water type attacks as well, which would be pretty nice if you can skill swap it. So we'll just protect Koko. Gotta imagine the Jinx protect. Oh, the Pelipper protects, okay. So what we're going to see the Jinx go for. Lovely kiss. Oh, onto the Crest because we're not on the ground. Lovely Kiss's accuracy is like, what? Okay, so that's fair enough. But we're still going to go for the same kind of strategy there. I'm going to just Volt Switch. Oh, should I just T-Bolt the Jinx? I'll Volt Switch into the Pelipper. And I'm going to go for another skill swap into that Jinx. And hope Crest can wake up soon rather than later. But we need to try and keep Tapu Koko around for later in the game. I feel when the rain's gone, that's kind of one of our main objectives here, to get rid of the rain, get rid of the Pelipper, stop the rain coming back, and then have Tapu Koko late game to come in and help us sweep up a little bit. So we do get that Volt Switch into the Pelipper. See, it's not even sashed. Okay, so that makes our jobs a lot easier. And I'll bring in Kangaskhan. We'll see what this Jinx goes for. But it is a bit of a pain, isn't it? So the sash must be on the Jinx, and there's an Ice Beam. Doing really good damage. Really good damage to Kangaskhan. So it's no slouch either. It's got good base speed and base special attack. And Ludicolo coming in now. Okay. I think we might need to sack Kangaskhan. Well, we go for a fake out. Let's Mega Evolve and fake out the Ludicolo. Just call its bluff in case it doesn't go for the fake out. But it's definitely going to go for the fake out, isn't it? So we get the Mega Evolve. Kangaskhan. We're probably going to lose Kang though, I think. Regardless, we'll probably see a fake out come into it. So there's the fake out from the Ludi into the Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan flinches. There's the Ice Beam. And this is where Inner Focus Kangaskhan would have been quite handy. And the Ice Beam does pick up the KO. So come on, Cress, wake up. Oh. Okay. So, let's bring in Tapu Koko here. We just need to stall out the rain. That's all we need to do. We know that Cresselia is going to wake up here. So I'm just going to protect and go for one more skill swap. Not ideal losing Kangaskhan like we have done now. And that's why Heatran would have been like ideal, or even Tapu Fini in this situation, just to bring in and take those Ice Beams a bit easier than what we have got. We've got Landorus in the back, which is not going to want to take any Ice Beams at all. And at the moment the Ludicolo is being so threatening because of the swift swim ability with the rain up as well. It's not really ideal. So hopefully we don't see the Jinx switch out here. That would be terrible. So, or a taunt, that wouldn't be ideal either. And we're going to see a Hydro Vortex from this Ludicolo. It's going to be into the Tapu Koko slot. You've got to imagine it is. So, still doing a decent chunk of damage behind that Protect. Jinx goes for a Perish Song. It's like totally cuts out. And we finally wake up, get the skill swap. And I think we got one more turn of rain. So, no, I don't want to run. Why am I pressing quit? I just want to check. Yeah, we've got one turn, Perish, and rain, sorry. So I'm going to switch out Koko. I feel like I've got to sacrifice Landorus, and I'm just going to go for an Ice Beam on to Ludicolo, although we'll probably get put to sleep again because Lovely Kiss will probably hit again. That is not good. An Adrenaline Orb on the Jinx. And we see a Helping Hand. This Ludicolo is going to go for a Scald, which will definitely pick up the KO onto the Landorus. We're getting decimated by the rain team. And like if we had Sunny Day on Cress, it would have obviously made our jobs a bit easier. So the rain does eventually stop. Cress though, unfortunately we have got it locked in. My opponent just needs to switch their Pokemon around to reset the Perish. You've got to expect the Jinx to probably protect here. So I'm going to go for... So what does my opponent have in the back? The only thing is if I go for the Gigavolt Havoc into the Ludicolo slot and it is... but if the Jinx doesn't protect, I don't think we've got any way out of this, to be honest. Let's go for the Gigavolt Havoc into the Jinx. It's going to be sashed though, isn't it? That's the problem. The Jinx is going to be sashed. Right, I'm going to go for the Gigavolt Havoc into the Ludicolo slot. I feel like it has to switch out, and I'm going to go for an Ice Beam into the Jinx. Potentially break a Sash, but because of that speed boost, it is outspeeding that Tapu Koko, and it will take us down, and we are going to lose this game. So Jinx being an absolute boss here. I think we let Kangaskhan go down pretty quickly, but I think it just boils down to just having no good answers to real good answers to Rain. Obviously the lovely kiss hitting Cresselia at the start kind of threw our plans out the window as well, which is a bit of a shame, but we haven't really got too much to go off here. I think if we got that, if the lovely kiss had missed, then we could have, you know, we went for the skill swap. Maybe we should have went more down a Trick Room route, but I felt by the time Cresselia woke up, we were so close to the Trick Room ending that it probably wasn't worth setting up Trick Room, because the rain would stop and then everything on my side of the field would then outspeed. But then we activated the Adrenaline Orb, which would have made more sense to have the Trick Room up in that situation, but I felt like just the pressure that the team was putting on all the time kind of meant we were having to sacrifice stuff to try and keep like Tapu Koko around, but in the end it didn't even matter so much. So, you know, that is something that, like, that kind of team core is something that we need to be able to have a solid answer for, and one I'm going to be looking big into when we do the team builder streams on the weekend. Rain is definitely, we've seen Rain teams in the droves through this series so far, so it's definitely something we need to be able to nail and have that matchup down 100%, or as close to as you can get. Just feeling very comfortable going in with a strategy that you know that can definitely deal with it, or have a good enough chance to set up against it, because like we did there, we probably didn't bring the right Pokemon. In the first instance, we probably set up wrong, and there was just a lot of different things that got thrown up, like the sleep there that didn't help us. But in the same respect, we didn't have any good switch-ins that we brought for the water type attacks or the ice type attacks. And you could say, we could argue that we could bring Tapu Fini in that situation, but then again, Ludicolo is still going to be hitting it really good. Really good damage with the Giga Drain. Puts on a lot of pressure, and we can't really do too much back to it either. So I think it's just having better answers to the Rain core going forward. But that's something we can leave till the weekend. But that's just my initial thoughts anyway. But as I kept trying to say throughout this episode, guys, we had a few new features on our School of Hard Knocks series yesterday. Now I'm just going to keep it tagged on to the end of the School of Hard Knocks at the minute, because it's just a trial idea. It's literally an idea that I had to do that video episode analyzer little tag on at the end. Now I finished it yesterday, and I kind of sat down afterwards and I uploaded it, and the whole day today, I'm recording this a day early, by the way, so you kind of get my gist. So this School of Hard Knocks hasn't actually come out yet. But the whole day I've been thinking how unhappy I was with the execution of it, and it didn't end up how I wanted it to end up. So do stay tuned for tomorrow's episode of the School of Hard Knocks, because I'm going to put a lot more time and hopefully execute it a lot more how I see it in my mind. I think it needs to be a lot shorter. I think we can drop games that we don't need to go into and analyze. Like the first game, we didn't need to analyze that game. It was pretty straightforward. We knew what was happening. It's more to do with the game losses and where we can go, what we could have done differently, and where we could take the team to maybe cover something that the team just couldn't cope with if we did everything correctly in a game, which, you know, sometimes is likely, sometimes not so likely. But I would love to hear your comments and suggestions on what you think of that little tag on thing at the end that we're doing. If it's a good idea, if it's a bad idea, you know, don't worry about offending me at all, because like I say all the time, the channel is here to try and help you guys, and I want to do stuff that's going to benefit you guys. And if you feel like that's not something that's going to benefit you, then let me know. But give it a chance tomorrow. Maybe wait and see tomorrow's episode of the School of Hard Knocks with that tag on at the end, and see it tomorrow, and it's hopefully a lot more improved state. And that's the thing as well. Like, it will get better as you go on. But do give it a chance tomorrow, and then let me know tomorrow as well after that episode what you think of that tag on at the end, because it will be a lot better than it was yesterday. It was baby steps yesterday, and hopefully, you know, I'm going to be able to execute it a lot better than I did yesterday. I felt like it was lacking a lot, and it just a bit misguided with where we were going. And I don't know, I totally wasn't happy with it. And normally I'm quite happy with my content that I'm putting out. But there's sometimes when I do put stuff out and I really think, oh, I'm just not happy with that at all. And I don't want to continue down that route. I want to keep improving stuff, and I don't want to be putting out stuff I'm not happy with, because at the end of the day, if I'm not happy with it, it's not going to be good enough. And, you know, I want this channel to succeed and do what it kind of set out to do, and provide you guys with some basis to kind of help improve yourselves as you go forward. And I thought that was like one thing that kind of set maybe our videos apart from other ones, where if we do that, then it kind of adds a little bit extra on to the end of it. But I'm not going to keep going on and on and on about it. It would just be great to hear your feedback on it, guys. And if you can, let me know. That would be brilliant. What we'll do as well, let me know about the times for the stream on the weekend, because we will sort something out. Hopefully have some times penned in on Thursday, depending on what you guys say, and depending on my schedule as well. If you've enjoyed today's episode, guys, please leave a like on the video. Not the greatest second game there, but it kind of just really highlights a big issue with the team that we need to address going into our team builder. So in that light, it is very good. It's highlighting a big core of a team that we need to make sure that we're covering, so we can't feel too bad about that loss at all. If you've liked the video, please leave a like on it. It is always massively appreciated. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe so you stay up to date with all the daily content that we have coming out. And we'll be back tomorrow with an episode of the School of Hard Knocks and a little revamped, better executed episode analyzer at the end of that. So do stay tuned for that. I'm really looking forward to kind of getting that nailed, and hopefully providing it in a better light for you guys. But I'm going to leave things there. Whatever you're up to, guys, make sure you're having fun, taking care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. If you've got any questions about today's episode or anything that's happened in it, or anything else, just shoot me a comment below and I'll get straight back to you. So thanks as always, guys, and I will see you all tomorrow. So until then, bye bye.